I hear the prophet say, there comes a day where it's time to fly. And she comes down and opens up her wings, and those little eaglets grabs a hold of her wings, and she takes them way up in the air. And when she goes so high in the air, finally she knows it's time. An eagle can fly 40 miles an hour. But when it gets high and it starts to dive, it dives of speeds over 150 miles an hour. A golden eagle has been clocked at 200 miles an hour in a dive. And I thought, isn't that something? You know why she can fly that fast? Because when she lets go of that little eaglet and it starts flopping and turning and it's on its back, as the prophet said, 1 minute it's on the side, the next minute, that little eaglet don't have to worry, because mama can fly faster than it can fall. Hallelujah.
Hello, Ben Woodruff here, and in this video I'm going to be telling you what I consider to be the second worst lie or tall tale about eagles. You can watch my video on the worst. This is the second worst. I don't know why this gets spread around. Now, I'm an eagle trainer, a falconer, a wildlife educator. I've worked with eagles for a long time, and I can tell you this is not true. And I think this is supposed to be an allegory to encourage motherhood and encourage helping your children take chances. So how it goes is that eagles, those baby eagles, a mom comes and feeds them, and they're these tiny little eaglets. Now, in the mind of the storyteller, these eaglets are probably like this big, but covered with full wings, okay? Full feathers, just miniature versions of adults. And they say, the mother, when it's time to teach the young how to fly, she flies down to the nest. She lands, she puts her wing down, and meh, meh, calls. And the babies climb up on her wing, and they climb up on her back, and they hold on, and she takes off, and she circles up and flies in the sky. And then when she gets up thousands of feet in the air, she just dumps them off. Bah! And they go flying, falling out of the sky. Ah! And then she dives down and boom, 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 catches them on her back before they hit the ground. And she does this every day so that each day they get the sensation of the wings underneath their feathers. And then they learn, oh, okay. And so it's a way, step by step, to help them gain the ability to be able to fly. Now, all of this story is ridiculous, shameful, stupid, and not worthy of being passed on. Here's how it actually works. First of all, you have to understand, an eagle's nest is not their home. They don't live there, okay? Where do they live? The world. They have their home range, and they have rocks and cliffs and territory they'll defend. Where do they sleep? Wherever they want to, okay? A nest is a crib, not a home. It's a place for a baby to sleep. Now, most birds cannot smell. So, mammals can. The longer babies are in the nest, the more they have made a scent in the nest that might attract a bobcat or a raccoon or something that might climb into the nest, harm the babies. So, in the case of an eagle, their body is full grown, like about a month and a half after they hatch, maybe 2 months tops. So meaning their skeleton, their body, their feathers are still growing in. So they're a giant, as big as an adult, white fluffy thing, okay? And then the feathers start to grow in. The first feathers to start growing in the fastest are the primary and secondary wing feathers and the tail feathers. Everything else is starting to grow in, but the body puts all the energy. Why? Number one, if a bobcat climbs into the nest, the baby, which can't fly yet, can at least jump out and glide to the ground where mom and dad can continue to feed it, okay? So, but also, because as a survival strategy, those babies, again, are making so much scent in that nest that the sooner they can be out, the better. So long before they can fly, they leave the nest and they hop around the cliff face. They hop and they learn to fly a foot, 2 feet, 3 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet, 30 feet on their own. Mom and dad don't encourage them at all. And in this process, now at night, they come back to the nest and they sleep in it. But every day they go further and further, walking, running on the cliff face, learning how to fly, learning how to glide. It's a process that's instinctual, and they teach themselves. So every time somebody shares this story with me and they're like, oh, and the baby eagles crawl up on the wings, I'm like, you do realize they're as big as the adult. So picture a full-sized eagle with up to three babies as big as her, crawling up on her and like, all right, Mom, take us out for flying lessons. It's like, are you kidding me? It's ridiculous, and it shows no knowledge of their biology or their habits. It's a fun allegory that people give for people. But if you're going to share this stupid, ridiculous story, please say beforehand, it's not true. It's merely an allegory to share a moral or an idea or a concept, and let it be that. Don't pass this on because it's not true. All right, that is the second worst lie or story or allegory about eagles. I've already shared the worst, and now the third video I'll share is going to be the third worst eagle story.